MGTracey. Thank you for joining me today. One of my great loves, other than you can see I've got some bread here made by my bread making machine, is my coffee machine. And these have become even more important, haven't they, over the last year or so, when a lot of the coffee shops around the world are shut, so we've got to make our own frothy coffees. Now, my most common question is what to do when you get a flashing red light, or on this My Way, this is a My Way 1 from a few years ago. I'll be unboxing and having a look at the My Way 2 in a couple of days time, but you'll see there's the word calc has come up there, and you can see it's on the box as well, and that means you need to descale the unit. This happens about every 400 or so cups, and it's particularly if you're in a hard water area like we are in the UK here, then the calcium tends to build up around the element. One of the signs of this is you'll get lots of extra steam and happening during the process of making your coffee. If you don't do this, then you are really going to significantly shorten the life of the unit. This one is 3 years old, and you can see it's still chugging along nicely. So before we get into that, remember other bits to clean: your tray, which separates into several pieces. Ideal, run that through a dishwasher if you have. If not, warm soapy water. Remember, the whole thing will come apart here. The little glass bit here is very important to make sure that is clean, because that is the barcode reader. If you push a little bit underneath here, you'll also find that the main piece of equipment that punches the tea disc and pumps all the hot water through there, that can go through the dishwasher as well. And these things just clip back in, they shouldn't need any force. When with this particular bit, if it doesn't go in, it's possibly you've just got it upside down, so make sure you put it the right way up. Now, all the Tassimo machines are exactly the same with that. So the process for descaling this machine is you need to get your descaling tablets. I tend to just use the ones by Bosch. They are quite expensive. There are cheaper ones available which I guess do the same thing, but I've just stayed with those. Again, if you look in the description below, I'll put a link there where you can get those at the best price. And then you're going to need a jug. So I'll show you the next part of what you need to do. Okay, so this is what you need to do to descale your machine. You will need to find your cleaning tea disc, which normally stores in the side of the machine. Some machines it's yellow, some it's orange, but they all have the barcode on them. Then you're going to need a jug of water. You need 500 ml, and you need to get your tablets, and you need to pop 2 of those in there. So I've got my 500 ml, half a litre of water. I've got my tea disc, and I've got my Bosch descaling tablets. I'm going to put 2 in there. Now these will eventually just start to fizz, and they'll take 5 or 10 minutes, so we'll come back to those. These need to be fully dissolved before you start to use them. Then undock the tank at the back and empty out the water that's in that. While you've got the tank out, make sure that this valve is nice and clean at the bottom. Maybe you could put a little bit of water from a kettle over it, or just make sure you're giving it a good clean. And also have a look at this valve here that tells the machine to switch off when it's empty, and just make sure that that is dropping up and down freely. So we'll pop that there. We're going to have to come back in a few minutes when this has finished bubbling away there. So that's taken around 5 minutes to fully dissolve those 2 tablets, and we're now ready for the next stage to remove the lime scale that's built up inside your coffee machine. So we now have our fully dissolved water. So you take your Tassimo tank, obviously they're all different shapes, and you put the 500 ml in there. Now the machine is going to pull, it's going to carry on pulling all that water through until it's all gone. So don't put more than half a litre, because it's quite a long cycle anyway. So what it does in the descaling mode, it slowly pulls that descaling liquid through the machine. So you'll need a proper size jug here to capture whatever you put in. Obviously it needs to be the same size as what you put in there, and you'll need your cleaning descaling disc. So we now lock that in, but the thing you do different now is you hold this button, and again this varies depending on the type of Tassimo you have, but hold this button for 5 seconds. And rather than just a cleaning cycle, it will go into a descaling program. And I say what this does is it just gradually pumps that solution through all the innards of the machine, cleaning it and taking away the limescale. Okay, so about 15 minutes in now, we're getting towards the end there. But you can see from the colour of the water that has removed quite a lot of rubbish from the inside of the coffee machine, which will help it last a long time and improve its performance. Right, I'm going to go and disappear now for another 5 minutes while it finishes off. And if we look inside the jug, you can see some bits and pieces of debris of old coffee that's come out of the machine, as well as the water still being a little bit discoloured. So this machine definitely did need a good clean and a descale. That's finally finished. The little lights come on there to let you know the tank is empty. So the first task is to take your tank, have a little bit of the cleaning fluid left in it, and give that a really good rinse. So I do that 3 or 4 times because you obviously don't want any of that chemical going into your coffee and into you. So I've now refilled that water tank with fresh water, giving it a really good 5 times rinse. I shall just empty out all the rubbish that came out of the machine. And now it's very similar. Obviously we've still got the cleaning disc in there, but this time we're not going to hold it for 5 seconds, we're just going to lock it down, push it, and it'll run through a cleaning cycle. Now if you're a very good detective and you manage to find the instructions anywhere from Tassimo, they say 3 to 4, I think you need to do this 5 times. So we're already on the second press now of the cleaning cycle, just up in the lid, popping it down again and pushing the button to run the cycle just as you would do to make a coffee. There we go, that's the second cleaning cycle complete. Just start it a 3rd time. You can see the water's much clearer now, so we really have given the inside of the coffee machine a good workout, a good clean there. And that's the end of cleaning cycle number 5. So I'm going to just change that tank water again now. You can see the machine is happy now. We haven't got the CALC calc lit, or if you've got a slightly different machine, there'll be a red light that's gone off. Wow, that smells awesome. So if you can't be at Starbucks and you can't be at Costa, then you've got to get a nice coffee machine at home. You'll find reviews of all the major brands on my channel here. If you do have any questions, please leave them, and I'll do my best to come back to each day. I don't want it to overfill, so I should just stop the machine there. And isn't that the most fantastic black coffee you've ever seen? So please like, share and subscribe. I'm going to be opening lots of new coffee machines over the next few weeks. Santa was very kind to me, so I've got lots of new coffee machines to unbox and try. Lots and lots of new flavours. I'll say this one from Tassimo is called Morning Cafe, and it's awesome. It certainly gets you up and going in the morning. I'll see you next time. This is Paul from London saying cheerio.